I think that's a really good transition into the Ben White thing because for people that are very perplexed at the price, Nathan Ake got sold for £40 million last year. Lads, that's the going rate for a young English talent right now. And if we want to get into how does he fit into the team, we can do this a little bit later. But just to build off that money point, Nam, that you're making, that's the going rate for English talent at this point. And it's not just wasting money.
I think it kind of comes back to that PTSD that Nom was talking about, of us, possibly spending so much money on a position, like you said, that isn't a priority. And then ultimately ending up being deficient somewhere else. Like, for example, if we sign Ben White and then we sign Maddison and then end up not signing a right back and have to go into next season with Chambers and Cedric as right back, I think that would be the least ideal situation. I think for a lot of Arsenal fans, they want to see at least 8 or 9 out of 10 window, which would be addressing every single deficiency we have on the pitch, which is the 2 central midfielder roles. If Xhaka's leaving, and we've got Ceballos leaving, and we've got Torreira and Guendouzi leaving, that leaves us with at least 2 central midfielders we need to sign. We were talking about either Aouar or Maddison. I think one or the other will be enough. Either you have ESR central or you have ESR on the left. Either Aouar or someone like Aouar, or Maddison or someone like Maddison. Signing that player will fill that position. So we've got an AM, 2 CMs. Then we kind of need an RCB to replace Luiz, who's left. So that Ben White makes sense. Then we need a right back because we need to improve on Bellerin, and we have needed to for a while. So we need that as well. So what's that? AM, 2 CMs, right back, RCB, and then we need a backup left back because we can't go into next season with only Chiellini. So that's minimum, and a goalkeeper on top of that because Leno can't play out the back. So that is 7 positions we need to fill. So when you hear, right, we're going to spend 40, 70, we're going to spend 110 million on 2 positions, people are like, where's all the money coming from? So I kind of understand it. Hopefully, we're kind of where you're saying, George, in that realm of reality where we've just got a shitload of money that we're just going to spend on loads of players. If we sign Lokonga, 15, 20 million pound deal, that leaves us at about 125 million, and we build 3 positions. We've got 4 positions to fill.
The one thing I want to get, because I think we've been here a while and we haven't talked about the Ben White role, and I just want to get that across before we do sign off because we could be here for a while. But with the Ben White, I think people aren't realizing the drop in quality that we get from a starting center back to Holding to Chambers. What that does to build up, what that allows for us to do in terms of stepping 10 yards up the pitch. I think it's a massive deal, and I think it's been underrated, the idea that we need to raise the floor in that department, because we've seen if we take one person out, what that does to our chances and to our system. It disintegrates it. So the idea that we didn't need a right center back, I don't think it was ever the thing. It's the fear of, are we getting quality for the cost? And if we've already gone over that point about whether we are or we aren't, Ben White right now is among the best ball progressors in the Premier League. Period. End of story. When you look at their progression stats, you look at his profile, he's among the best in build-up in the Premier League. And so it becomes very obvious that we're recruiting to a specific profile. But one thing that I do want to let everybody know of, because I said this in the group chat, I've said it for a while, don't be surprised if you see Ben White as the right back. Now, people think that's crazy. If you actually look at his heat map right now, it's actually very clear towards a right wing back. And you've actually watched Brighton. He's played about 10 to 12 games as a right back generally, 6 of those times as a right wing back. And when I look at him in profile, he's very similar to a Chambers, just an upgraded fashion, basically in all the great areas, and similar cons too with it. So in terms of having that inverted right back role that maybe can overlap as well, don't be surprised if we see Ben White functioning in that aspect as well. I don't think that's the play to be our only right back. Everyone knows Rydell Baku. I think I convinced Arsenal Twitter finally to get on board with him. But that's the play for sure. But the idea that Ben White, is poor in duels, that's false. He's actually excellent in duels. It's one of the requirements of a Bielsa system, and he thrived in it in the championship. So he's great in duels. He's great in terms of progression. And in terms of him being isolated 1v1, I mean, he's not great at it, but he's competent at it. And so in terms of that role, he's certainly quicker than Chambers. And, I don't want him in isolation. I want a Rydell Baku, let's be clear. But just I want everybody to understand there's a big possibility that Ben White becomes our right back too. And so this signing of 45 million, it's such a utility across the board.
I personally think that's probably the most unlikeliest thing to happen. Personally, because the money that we're offering Ben White is probably the similar kind of money that we would offer to someone like Hakimi, who we've had as our number one target for a while. Again, so I personally completely disagree with that. Again, we've looked at some articles from The Athletic, and they found out for us that Ben White is probably the most direct replacement for David Luiz. So that makes the most sense than anything, because again, a right centre back wasn't our priority for this window. The opportunities come up. We've probably been contacted by Ben White's agent that my player's available, and I think that's a lot of that's been the trend this window, where a lot of agents know about our budget, and they know that there's a chance that they could join Arsenal. So there's so many contacts there and there, etc. So
do you think, Z, that my Baku dream is kind of useless right now then? Because I mean, again, I want both.
No. I tell you why, because I tell you why, because the fact that we've gone for someone like Lokonga gives me complete hope that at least towards the end of the window we will see a link. It just gives me faith, because I feel like we're moving away from this whole agent side. We're looking more towards data. We're looking more towards profiles, and we're looking more towards we're working with scouts. We're working with people that would probably work with Luis Campos, which is the complete mirror to what Lokonga is. So I wouldn't be surprised, George, if we get linked with Baku. You'll be the first person in that group chat being happy, but it won't be a surprise to me and probably a lot of other people that I've discussed this with. So yeah.
So I can drop my GIF, right, and be and be happy about it, because he's my.
The only thing is if it's me, I'm greedy. Okay, I want both. I want both Alva.
Well, of course.
If we can do it.
Now Karen knows we have money. He wants all the players, right?
You guys should just listen to me. Seriously.
No. But the thing is, I'm not just saying this from a greed perspective. I'm saying this from we need to look for players.
Yeah.
We need to look for players that are players that are Arteta profile players that we can fit and actually figure out what our best 11 is and what our best squad is. As George and me have both said on multiple occasions, we need to raise the floor of our squad. It's not about a ceiling level extender. It's raising the floor. And if you're looking at, I just think that if you have an hour, it allows you to have that versatility. If say a Maddison goes down or an ESR goes down, you can say, okay, Possum, go in and do a job for us. And obviously, I do also like our backups. I like Martinelli. I love Martinelli. Let's be real. He's one of, I'm saying it now. The lads have educated me on this. I'm not gonna lie about this. He is one of the most dominant aerial threats in world football right now. I'm not taking that back. And he's someone that is just a press machine. He's great. He's a great finisher. Cool composure. So I do rate him as a backup. I just want us to realize that this is the window. This is the window to be greedy. This is the window to go out there and make a statement. I can't take this anymore. I can't take Leicester fans and Aston Villa fans coming at me saying, "Oh, we're a better project than you." I'm tired of it. I want to shut some people up. Let's put something down on the table and let's really go for this.
I think we all do, and that's been our dream for years. Just to have that war chest window. We've got the war chest. We go in there. Here's 200 million. Everyone, shut up. We're going to buy this player, that player, this player, that player, and just fill up the squad. But I've always said I'll believe it when I see it. So I'm not gonna get there yet. I'm gonna start talking back to people like, watch the window we're gonna have, because.
But wait,
honestly,
I've got this funny feeling you're already believing, bro. So don't make it out.
Of course I do.
I've been watching how you behave. You're as excited as everybody else on this panel.
Not like me. I've been saying that we'll spend big for time, and people think I'm crazy, but I've been saying it, that we've changed. We're in the past week, we've made 4 bids according to Chris Wheatley, 4 bids for different players. We nearly have 3 players out the door, and we're halfway through June. And other people, they just couldn't see this. So